Good evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and tonight, guys, we have 22 Comics on the 1011, and I'm joined, as always, by my host, Rob, with the fattest stacks of comics in the land. Rob, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Well, to all the comic book friends and fiends out there, I'm just doing ducky. Thanks for asking.
And how goes the drive to 1,000?
Well, it's going pretty well, actually. Or I think the last I looked, it was like getting close up to 950. So we are getting right on the cusp of it, and you know, which is all I can ask for. I mean, I really don't. It's mostly just to say that you hit the number, because everybody puts big emphasis on that. And then at that point, the fact that I can flip on the switch because I have the watch hours, I can start monetizing and get that money flowing to the Comics Curing Cancer, because I'm not going to keep any of it. It's all going to the Comics Curing Cancer charity.
Nice. And as our special guest tonight, and he is going to get big here, and we have 22 Comics in the house on the 1011. 22, how's it going tonight, sir?
Good. Thank y'all so much for having me out. I appreciate y'all. This is awesome.
Our pleasure, man. Before we get going, as I like to do with any of my shows, give a little bit about who you are and what your channel is about for anyone that might be finding you on the rewind.
You can find me at 22 Comics on YouTube and Instagram and other places. I do this. I do spec videos. I do haul videos, just the normal comic book collecting stuff. I have a live video I do on Monday nights doing top alternatives for the Cover Price Top 10. And I'm also a co-host for a podcast called Comically Comics Podcast.
Nice. So you keep it nice and busy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Always.
Well,
yeah.
It's funny how the YouTube hobby turns into a hobby / job, kind of, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So before we get going with your books, we're going to say hi to the chat. And we got Seth11. Good evening, sir. Jean Malo. Good evening, John. Las Cruces. Good evening, sir. Trev, the shipping guru. Good evening, Trev. Nothing but greats in here.
Oh, yeah.
We have Tony's Diecast, another great channel. Tony, how you doing tonight? Collectibles to Astonish, another awesome channel. Switch Comics, good evening, sir. Just all sorts of great people turning out. Psychedelic Comics, Werewolf by Lunchtime, one of the best names ever on YouTube.
That's great.
Chop and Drop, good evening, sir. Pocan Joe's in under the Evil Lair brand this evening.
Oh.
We have Naman in. Good evening, Naman. One Shot Comics. Good evening, Nicholas.
Yes.
So we are filling up in here tonight.
That's right. Tell Gary to go get a haircut.
I'm gonna cut it probably in another day or two.
Yeah, probably still be too long.
Yeah, I can't grow it out. I can grow it out. I just don't like it anymore. I don't like it long anymore.
Yeah, mine's gotten shaggy, so
yeah, you are a little shaggy dude, aren't you? Jeez Louise, man.
Good evening, Adrian. Good to see you, sir. Cole's Comic Claims is in here. Good evening, Cole. Brian LCS, good evening. All right, so Matt Woods.
Out of your hair and pull you out the room.
Matt Woods. Right.
With a pair of tweezers.
Yes, yeah.
And Comics by the Bay has joined us, who will be our guest next Tuesday on the 1011. So a little preview there. All right, so we already got a full house working here. So 22, why don't we get started with a book, man, so we can start to get to know you through what you collect and what is good with you.
Cool.
Number
one. So I started back getting into comics like right after The Dark Knight Rises. I got tired of waiting on like movies and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? I read them as a kid, so I'm gonna go back to them. And this series, Batman The Dark Knight was one of them, and this is like by far my favorite story out of that entire run. And it's a lenticular cover. Chucky scared the bejesus out of me as a kid, but this thing is freaking great. I love this story, and this is, I think, the only one I kept out of the whole run that I had. So,
and that's a wacky cover too.
Right.
Those lenticular covers that they did were amazing. I mean, the depth, you can start to see it. He hits the angle just right, but the depth of field that were on them is just mind-numbing how good they were.
Yeah.
As opposed to the normal lenticulars where they would try to give you two different images. This
Right.
they really gave you a great 3D depth of field image, and I loved them. I mean, I got
Yeah, they did
I
do a
had
good
bunch.
job.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those, and I got them all slabbed, and they grade out really well if they're not scratched up because of the covers being really thick. I mean, I got most of mine came back 9.9s. So I mean, they're
Oh, I
awesome.
might have to try that then on this one because I love this. I love this cover. I like how they sway in the back, like when you turn it, stuff like that. Like the dolls are swaying and stuff. I love it. Absolutely love it.
And who doesn't like a good gimmick cover anyway to begin with?
Right.
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 So is that one that you've read over and over again? You just love that story?
Yeah. I haven't read it. I need to reread it. It's been a while, but yes, I kept it only because of that story. I absolutely love that story.
Now, how cool would that be to see in a Batman movie, right? Just
It would
go a
be-
little bit to the darker side with the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I would love if they did one where like you didn't know if it was like spiritual or not. You know what I mean? Like you kept going back and forth as to, oh no, the guy's just crazy, and then wait a second, is it actually like possessed? I don't know. Like I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
We definitely need some fresh villains in the Batman franchise movies.
I agree. Absolutely.
All right, number 2, sir. Great first pick. Something different. I love it.
I'm cheating a little bit already. So these are like actual comics from like when I was a child, and I can't let go of them. So I started out like a huge Ninja Turtle fan, and so like none of these have covers. They're just books that I cannot get rid of. Like
those are the best kind,
right?
And those are Ninja Turtle books?
Those are Ninja Turtles, and then I was Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters as a kid as well. So, like, I have 2 Ghostbuster books from when I was a child, and they've survived me, they've survived my son, and now they're back to me, and I just can't get rid of them. Like,
Now, you only love Ghostbusters as a kid, or do you still have a love for Ghostbusters?
Oh, I still have a love for Ghostbusters. Like, I've got a shelf over here that's like the whole plasma line. Like I'm working on I think I'm 5 shy of like all of them.
I still got to see the newest movie. I hear it's really good.
I love it. Not the SNL
one
female
without
cast.
Finn.
The one without what? The what?
The one with Finn from
yes,
Stranger Things.
Yes,
yes.
No, that was great. The story was on par. The way they did Harold Ramis was amazing. Not to spoil anything, like loved it. It was one of the best. Love it.
And just while we're talking about Ghostbusters, that first movie, it's funny to think that that's considered a family movie when you have smoking, swearing throughout the whole thing, and a ghost blowjob, but to Dan Aykroyd, right?
Oh, not just a ghost blowjob. The whole Keymaster Gatekeeper thing is some serious innuendo, my friend.
Right, and it's a family film.
Right.
And now you can't even say heck in a family film. The 80s didn't care.
No.
They just slapped that family label on to sell anything. They did not give a shit.
All that mattered was it wasn't gratuitous nudity, and so therefore it was family film.
I sat there. I haven't shown my kids the Goonies yet because of the swearing that's in it. And then I sat down one day with my eldest, who at the time was like 7 or so, to watch Indiana Jones, the very first one. And like 15 minutes in, she says, "You owe me for my GD bar," or something like that. I said, "All right, we're done." I was like, I freaking love Indiana Jones. Absolutely love it.
The real fun one is wait until your kid is the right age where you think that you can sit down and watch Blazing Saddles with them, where they'll not just parrot stuff inappropriately in the wrong places.
Yeah, no.
Not just the language, but okay, look, you can't go quoting this film whenever you want.
Right. That's great.
That's a general rule with Mel Brooks, but that's why he's so great.
Yeah. Well, you can quote most anything you want from like High Anxiety, but
right. Oh, I love Mel Brooks is a favorite.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Book
No,
number 30.
Number 3, sir.
So, what I think initially got me into like comic books and stuff like that is my mother was an artist, and she would do like t-shirt designs and things like that. And she said as a child, she had my own little art table next to hers, and she would sit me there, and they said I'd just color for hours and hours and hours. So she eventually showed me how to draw Mickey Mouse, and then she showed me how to draw the Ninja Turtles. And then it got to a point where she's like, son, I don't know how to tell you how to draw all these other characters. And so then I started looking at Jim Lee and his artwork in X-Men because I love that cartoon. And these were like the characters from that cartoon and stuff like that. So I started trying to mimic like Jim Lee. And this is by far one of my favorite Jim Lee covers. And just, I love Gambit. I love Psylocke. Those are some of my favorites. And this just embodied everything of like my childhood trying to learn how to draw.
There are worse artists you could try to emulate, I suppose.
And now, yeah, when that title came out in the 90s, all of us were reading it. Because one, the regular title was so strong at that point. It was just one of the best comics out there. It was consistent. The stories were great. And all the mutant books were doing good. Lorna, Jean's sister, had a great storyline going. And Warlock and the New Mutants. All that stuff was really, really strong in the 90s.
Yeah.
Hey, look at those. I mean, those are some needlepoint claws for Wolverine there. Some of the skinniest claws you'll see. They're so long. And I mean, so, could those actually even fit in his forearm?
No,
how long they are. I mean, he's only...
Especially as short as he is.
Right, exactly.
When they're inside, he just walks like this with his arms out, all stuck.
Yeah,
right. Can't bend my arms.
Go into his elbows. Yeah.
Now, so you were a big fan. You were a big fan of the X-Men cartoon as well, then, huh?
Yes. That was that, and like the cards, because cards at the time in school were like really, really big, more so than comic books, and so like. Yeah, I love the cartoon. That and Batman the Animated Series, of course. Like those were the two that I absolutely loved, watched every day. I didn't care so much for like the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. I'd watch it, but it wasn't my like I'd do it just because it was on. But I was always waiting for X-Men or
that was stuck in there.
You got a hairball? Been
right.
Come on, that 90s Spider-Man cartoon was awesome.
I don't know. I never watched it, and I'm a Spider-Man guy, but Batman the Animated Series, I was all over that. Of course, by the time the 90s rolled around, though, I was also away at college and stuff. So,
yeah, I've never been a Spidey's guy. Like and so it wasn't bad. Of course, I watched it because it was comic book stuff, but like. It just wasn't my deal. It just wasn't my bag. I never got the whole like everybody's related to Peter Parker, and I never related to him. That just wasn't my thing.
So you've always been cool, never once been ostracized whatsoever. Okay, well it makes sense.
Yeah,
that's rough. If you are a fucking cool guy and you're the main guy who walks down the school, you were the homecoming king. Everybody wanted to be you and everything else. And you got bad grades, well, then, but nobody cared because you were cool and good looking and got all the girls. Then it makes sense that you can't relate to them.
Right. He picked up
for the rest of us,
and he's like
little schleps that were freaking nerdy and had to beg, borrow, and plead to get a girl to even look at us and everything else. You know,
we got the guy who identifies with Flash Thompson over here.
Yeah, exactly.
I never played sports growing up. I never played football. I played pickup basketball. That was it. Like I was
you coordinated bastard. Basketball. I could dribble the ball while I moved down the court.
I never said I was good at it. I just said I played pickup games.
I didn't say you made any points. I just said that you were coordinated, could dribble the ball down the court.
That's awesome.
Stand there and do a pick. I can do that.
Oh yeah. Take one. You
didn't know what you were getting into coming on the show, right?
No, this is great. I'm loving it.
Peter Parker.
This is what happens, Gary, when I'm awake for a show.
Right? All right, so he only identified with the billionaires. We got him.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. It's okay.
Oh, life was rough for 22.
I like my orphans rich and independent. And
what, Ma? There's poor people in comics.
That's great.
We kid. All right.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, let's go.
Number
That's fine.
4, sir.
I identify with guys who have laser beams that come out of their eyes.
Who
Oh,
does?
I hate Superman. Come on, I can't.
No,
stand
I was talking
Superman.
about
Cyclops.
Cyclops, but that's okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'd never liked Cyclops.
Well, of course not. Who does? Really? I mean, come on. Jean, but I mean, really, does she?
Right.
Mm.
Exactly. To keep it up with X-Men, this kind of relates me to this. Makes me think of my pop. Like I remember him taking me to a comic book store called Lion and Unicorn here in Birmingham, and this was like one of my first big like pickups, like as far as a comic book went and stuff like that. I think we paid at the time, it was like $10 or $11 for this one book or something, and I
Wow.
was so excited about it. And but yeah, this was a big deal for me, and it's been in the PC. This is the original, like it's been there, it stayed there, all that jazz. So absolutely love this book.
And it's just because of the timing you picked it up and read it, or like you just love the story as well?
I love, like, because at the time I love the costumes. I'm more of an art guy than I'm a story guy, honestly. And so like the Cyclops like outfit that he had was very close to the one in like a pilot X-Men TV show that came out before
Right.
the 90s one. And then like it had Colossus. I loved him. It had, like it was the art and stuff like that really got me on these things.
Very
The,
cool.
the art was so good on those.
Yes. So, and then it reminds me of my pop. So it has always stayed, probably always will stay.
Now, when that first X-Men movie came out, were you blown away by it when you went to the theater to see it?
Yo, that like, so me and some friends, we were in high school and we were like very confident we were going to be able to get into the Kings of Comedy movie at that time. And it was a rated R movie and we were definitely nowhere near 18. And, so yeah. And I was like, okay, what are we going to watch? Cause they were like, nah, bro, y'all are not coming in here to watch that. No, it's not happening. And so we picked X-Men, and that honestly, like that
theaters cared.
Do what?
I know. Like, I got in to see anything I wanted back in the day. Anyway.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, we wound up picking X-Men, and now like that honestly started the ball rolling again with like me wanting to get back and like started, the comic book kind of stuff. Like the movies really did, and the X-Men movie was the one. I really liked Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man when it came out, but again, like I don't care much for Spider-Man. So
you couldn't relate to him. Got it. Yep.
Now, when the X-Men came out, what did you think when Hugh Jackman first appeared on screen as Wolverine and he was like 6 foot whatever?
I actually liked it. I actually liked it. So like the height thing never bothered me really. Like I
didn't even think about it. He was in character and I was fine with it.
I was thinking, holy shit, I've got X-Men right here in real life in front of me. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, like when he turned around and he cut the shotgun in half, you're like, ooh, that's Wolverine. You're all excited.
I was like, hey, this actually looks good. Like, it doesn't look like Spawn. I mean, this is awesome. I'm loving this.
And I thought a cage fight was a great way to introduce him.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, why would he not make money that way, right?
Right.
Who's going to put him down?
Right. I think the only thing I didn't like, of course, Cyclops is whatever, but like Rogue, her accent was so thick. And I was just like, I understand what you're going for, but it's not hitting for me, especially for being from the South. Like
I think Rogue was the misfire in that thing. Not because of Anna Paquin, just because.
Oh, definitely not because of her.
Just because. Just because it's like one of the characters they didn't really keep true to the comics in the film,
Yeah.
I thought James Marsden was a really good Scott. When I saw Famke Jensen was Phoenix, I was like, sweet, because I was a big fan of hers already.
Yeah.
And, you cast Halle Berry as Storm. That's just a win all the way around.
And until you give her one-liners against Toad, I mean, yeah. Like,
the writing was the unfortunate part of that first one, right? There was just some horrible lines in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
know what happens to a Toad when he gets hurt? Like, same as everything else. I'm like, who wrote that? I'm like, poor Halle Berry having to say that garbage line.
It could be worse. She could always go off and be like Catwoman or something.
But we did get Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Let's be honest. That was in every
Right.
Wizard magazine for
casting.
years. Like,
Well, that was the one casting everybody in the world got right? Where everyone was like, "Oh, Patrick Stewart."
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old man with a bald head. He can do it.
Right?
Don't have to walk around much. Just sit there in a chair and say something smart every once in a while.
Profound.
Free roam, be a mutant pervert looking at everybody.
I'll peep it in your mind. Ooh,
That's great.
impure thoughts.
Right? Talking to Storm in the shower. What?
There's a guy on YouTube. I can't remember his name, but the guy on a podcast, he sent us over to him. But he does these skits called the X-Men, the EX Men. And it's somebody dressed up as Professor X, and he's firing pretty much all the X-Men. It's hilarious. Like,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah.
All right, number 5, man. What's
Just be
up?
careful where you put that in the web browser.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Right. Oh, number five.
Their pronouns are.
I love me some fried pie variants. That stuff is from the South. I mean, anybody that's watched my channel knows I love them. This is probably my pride and possession as far as the fried pie variants go. This is a Black Panther World of Wakanda, and I just think the artwork on it is flipping amazing.
Nice.
I absolutely love this cover. So, super proud of it.
It almost is like Dark Panther. Dark Panther.
I have a few fried pie variants, but now is fried pie just a comic company from the South? Like, why is it called fried pie?
So Fried Pie did a partnership essentially with like Books a Million and Second and Charles, and those are mainly like Books a Million comes out of Alabama, and Second and Charles is part of Books a Million. They had the Fried Pie company had their like base of operation in Huntsville, and so like. That's where I guess that they made a partnership with the BAM people, the Books a Million people, and so I guess they just started printing them for them. So
yeah, because they do have quite a few nice covers. I have like 3 or 4 of them in my collection.
I love them. I think they're awesome. I think they're underrated.
Mostly Captain Marvel ones.
There's not too many of those, is there?
There's a couple because they had a Generations one, and they had a
Civil War 2,
a Life of Miss Marvel one. I think they had something like that. I have a couple.
Okay,
but that box is in a whole nother room. All right, number 6.
let's see. This is pretty recent as well. I found this digging around in a I guess it's a local LCS, but it's like an hour away from me because I don't really have any local ones. But I just took a chance. It was signed by Tom DeFalco, Bob Layton, and John Romita Jr. And
wow,
it's Iron Man, and I love that. And I was like, that's a freaking stellar team, and it came back verified. So love this, absolutely love it. Love where all the signatures are and just the image itself. So.
It's always fun when he's against a space background.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And I liked him when he would be underwater sometimes too.
The only time that like he was in space with the Guardians there for a bit here not long ago, and I did not like that run at all. Like that just to me was not that great of a run. But the backgrounds, yes, I totally dig them.
Well, I would like for them because right now they make Iron Man too global.
Yeah.
Bring him back to his roots again where, he's running this company. Yeah, he's kind of got a global influence, but not every decision he makes as a hero is on the global scale.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
And that 90s cartoon was fun.
It's there. It's
it had Julia Carpenter on it. So
he couldn't relate to a billionaire either.
I definitely could not relate to that at all. I mean, somebody that drinks a good bit. I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I mean,
really like the alcoholism issues,
right? Yeah, yeah.
Now, did you have a favorite Iron Man storyline?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask him if he had a favorite alcoholism.
Proper 12, yes. Iron Man's no. There's not necessarily a go-to for me on Iron Man. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm more of an art guy, and I love all the different suits and stuff like that. And I love, when somebody gets on there and actually makes him intelligent. I love reading those like stories and stuff like that, where he's like actually has to think outside of a box. It reminds me a lot of like when Batman's having to fight the Riddler and stuff. Like I love those stories when somebody actually does write them well.
Right.
So
now, what's your favorite? Being more about the art, what's your favorite Iron Man costume? Iron Man armor, I should say. Mine's still my favorite. It's still the
Don't tell him yours first. That's called leading the witness.
Old red and gold.
Oh.
Keep in mind, there's only one correct answer.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know. I really dig Mach 1. Like just that old, just gray, beat up. Like I've been looking for statues because I don't have an Iron Man statue. And so that's what I keep going to. I keep going to that original, that Mach 1. I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna say Mach 1.
Nice. Now
I'm the gold guy myself, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I think I have a treat for you later on. Then
I can appreciate that.
Now, were you blown away by the War Machine armor when that whole thing came about?
Talking about in the movies or the comics?
The comics.
I honestly haven't read through the War Machine part of it. Like I haven't when he picked it up and stuff like that, and when he made it. Like I haven't picked that up and read through it. So
that's good. Wait, you shut Gary down. That's important to let him know he's in his place.
Nah, that was just. I just like the gray aesthetic of it. I thought it was cool, the steel and yeah, cool.
That's what he liked about the Mark 1. It was gray and it was iron.
Right.
Yeah, but it was beat up though. Like it was just he had to put everything he had into it. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, number 7.
Number 7. This one here reminds me of my oldest child, my oldest daughter, because
there's an ogre.
Yeah.
Good.
So me and her, we started spending a whole lot more time together when she was younger. And she was trying to connect with me. And so she was starting to talk to me about comics and stuff like that. And she got into She-Hulk. So I started buying her She-Hulk books and stuff like that and helping her collect She-Hulk and whatnot like that. She is 19 now, and she was getting ready. She was moving out of her bedroom and stuff here at our house. And I was going through her comics, and I was like, "Hey, what do you want to do with these comics? You want to sell them on eBay? Like they're yours? It's your stuff. I'll help you do whatever." She's like, "You just take them." I said, "Seriously, you just want me to take them?" I said, "You have the entire run of She-Hulk, and that's about to hit Disney Plus. You really just want me to take them?" She said, "Yeah, just take them, do whatever you want with them." So I got the first one, and I slabbed it for her. And I was going to part ways with it once the show came out, and I just couldn't do it. This is part of my first CGC submission. This reminds me of her. I could not get rid of it.
Nice. And a 9.6 is incredible.
Yes, it is a 9.6. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, have you read that entire first run? Because it's good. I liked it a lot. It's fun. It's got its ups and downs, but Mike Vosberg does some great art in it. And as big as a John Buscema fan as I am, I thought the first issue was not his best work.
Okay.
Even though John Buscema helped create the character, it felt like a phoning in job from John Buscema on that first issue.
Oh, because it probably was.
And I'm a huge John Buscema fan. I'm the Conan guy, and
Well, I'm sure they called him up last minute and was like, "Look, here's the deal," because the origin, the actual origin of She-Hulk, like they had to get this junk printed out quick.
Right.
I love the story though. It's like she's telling you, take your all. You sure what you want to do with this? Sure, all this stuff is like you paid for it, man.
Right.
It's yours anyways. It's
I gave it to her as a gift. I gave it. I don't. Yeah.
I gave my kids life. Everything else is mine.
Now, when
At
you
that, I didn't even do that. Really, my wife did all the hard work. I mean,
when you
Right.
gave her that slab, was she blown away by it?
She's seen it. She thought it was pretty cool, but like she has no interest in comic books.
Wow.
she's
So
oblivious.
yeah, that's why I was like, I have no connection to She-Hulk. I don't care much about the character.
Well,
And so
it
that's why
buys
I
a
was going
couple
to get rid of it.
textbooks at university.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess it's here if she ever wants
Maybe
it back. but-
maybe the memories mean more to you.
Yes. Yeah. Just like I said, it reminds me of her, and so I don't see her very often here lately. So yeah.
Oh, great book though.
Yeah. I agree.
Right. Number 8. That was my favorite book you showed so
Yeah,
far.
me. I took my kid. Anything that my kids had a value of comics when they went off to college, they all went. See ya.
Rob was even making them give blood and taking the money from that.
I mean,
you know how much tuition costs for 2 kids, Gary,
No, sir.
simultaneously?
without Rob's portion of it, that they wouldn't even have that blood right now. So I mean,
Right. You know how
many
often
comics
growing
couldn't
up
get
did your
slabbed
kids even
because they had to go to college?
hey, how often as kids when they were growing up did they ever offer to pick up the tab, take you out to dinner, fill up the tank of gas on their own with their money? Doesn't just happen. No. So you know what? Forgive me if your pile of stuff that you don't care about anymore has only monetary value to me to pay for that tuition.
Right.
my 8-year-old pops out of the car and he's like, whoa, Dad, hold up. Let me this time. Let me.
Yeah, right. For one.
And whenever something goes wrong, you're still free room and board, right?
Yeah, a funny thing is I've run this joke with my kids for years about this stuff. And one time I forget where we were, and my son actually freaking pulled out his card and paid for like lunch at McDonald's or something one time. Said, "There, I'm tired of you with your stupid joke. Now you can't ever say that I never picked up the tab."
I mean, you should say, "Oh, thanks for the dollar menu, son."
Exactly. I think we picked up. It was like we're stopping and get drinks or something. It was.
That's great.
It's a problem with smart kids. They become smart asses.
Right.
Like father, like son.
I got
All
2
right.
more like that's
Yep.
coming up behind her, and I'm like, oh God, what have I got myself into?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Right? Yeah. Procreate. Everybody else is doing it. Why not?
It was sure fun making them.
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Meanwhile, your dad's going, "What do you think I've been saying for the last 30
Right.
years?"
Right? Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
go buy me dinner.
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
Number 8. All right. So now we're getting into more sentimental stuff. We've got y'all really gonna have a field day with this one. This is the Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is a variant. It is signed by Stan Lee. My wife bought me this for Christmas, I think, one year, however many years back. She knew I'd been looking for something like this, and that like I didn't like. It was getting to that point where Stan Lee was like off and on, hit or miss, and there was all that controversy with the people and how they were treating him and stuff like that. And so she went out and found something, and I absolutely cheer it because I know I'll never be able to meet him. I don't know that I'll ever find something else like this. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I don't know that I'd ever get rid of this. So
you didn't go to your wife, look, I already told these guys I don't connect with Spider-Man. Do you even know me?
yeah. I think she asked me one time, she was like, "So you really like it?" I said, "Absolutely, honey. I love it." I said, "The only way this is better is if it was Iron Man." She said,
Or
I know.
It could have been X-Men. I mean, come on.
If it was anyone but Spider-Man, you know I hate that poor kid.
I said, the only reason that this is also, I said, because it's the Amazing Fantasy homage. It's black and white. I love black and white drawings. So like it had a lot of other things hitting for me, and I mean, of course, like it's a gift from my
Stanley's
wife. And it's
signature,
Stanley's
maybe, I mean,
signature,
yeah,
right?
yeah, okay, all right.
I think I'll get over the Spider-Man.
Which
Right.
volume is this one from? Is this 3 or 4?
This is I
4
don't know.
probably. What year?
I'm gonna say 4. It's 2014, so it's the cameo of Cindy Moon.
Okay, so it's 3.
Okay.
Okay. Volume 3. Got it. So this is when Peter first comes back after having been away and Doc Ock's been
After Superior Spider-Man.
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And like you, I like the sketch covers. They're just nice.
Yes.
They really look good and slabbed.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
All right, number 9. Now that we got through your painful Spider-Man book.
My painful. We had to make room for the real one. I'm just saying, and this is one I got this year. So,
great book.
Yeah. Nice,
Because-
great too.
yeah. She surprised me with this for I think my birthday.
Oh, really? She's buying you books like that for your birthday, huh?
Yeah, I got extremely lucky.
Hey,
on this
honey.
one. Yeah.
22's wife loves him. Why don't you love me?
This is like part of my Grail run. I'm trying to get every single Iron Man issue, and this is one that I didn't have, and she knew I didn't have this, and so I was very fortunate, very lucky, so very appreciative. So yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That is awesome. That is my favorite armor right there.
It is nice. It is nice. I don't know if that's my favorite, only because it looks like he's got spandex like on the arms and legs, and I'm like, bro, that ain't like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, it is. How do you? I mean, that's very particular molding and shaping of the metal. I mean, if it? I don't understand. Like, any moves at the joints and the muscles contract or whatnot. If the armor is shaped and molded to the muscles,
right? It's almost they just put them in a machine. They said, "All right, flex really hard for 5 minutes, and then you're good." So that's the Mac. You can't get any bigger. Don't work out anymore. Like this is it.
Well, Tony Stark wasn't the one in shape. He was just like old chicken legs in there. He probably has his friend pose.
It's all fake. I got
Right?
it. It's like one of those padded suits to make you look all buff. So people get intimidated.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, that makes more sense.
When you cast this, it's got to make me look mint. I'm trying to get
more
a Pepper
socks.
Potts here.
So what you're saying, Gary, is Tony said, "Hey Jarvis, make my costume and make me look like Conan."
He had the money for it, right? He can make that
Unfortunately,
costume look
sometimes he
any way
came out looking
wants.
like Red Sonja, but whatever.
Knowing Tony Stark, I'm surprised he didn't put a cod piece on the armor.
Well, he has a little
Even the
rocket.
armor can't contain it. We're off the rails. All right, no, that is a fantastic book.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the type of book anyone would be happy to have that in their collection.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just one of those classics.
Even somebody who wasn't a fan of Iron Man.
yeah.
Kind of like I'm sure that 22 wouldn't say no to owning a AF-15. He'd own it.
Right?
I absolutely would own it.
He could get a lot of Iron Mans when he sold it.
I was gonna say if I had the
I could get my
opportunity-
whole.
Yeah, I would totally turn that over to somebody that had Iron Man. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, you want to buy
No,
this
man, you
Peter
really
Parker
don't like
book?
Spider-Man.
It'd be great
Oh.
to hold it, it'd be great to have it and all that, and then somebody comes with a TOS 39. Here you go. Let's I'll give you this, you give me that. We'll be good to go.
Oh,
See you on your way.
Rob's worst nightmare right there. Just kidding.
You want to throw in a Doctor Strange with it too? Hey, come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Maybe a Daredevil. That'd be great. Sure.
Some old Steve Ditko Strange.
Yes.
I can get the whole Eternals run. Sign me up.
No.
How about some Black
We'll throw
Cat?
in some new gods on the side.
Yeah. All right.
We'll really spice it up for you.
That's great.
Oh, all right. No, number 10, sir.
Oh crap! I
Uh-oh,
left
we
my
stuck
10.
him.
Yeah, I left my 10 downstairs actually. So,
Ah, that's right.
You want to
So,
run and go get it? We can fill time, or no?
yeah, I can run and go get it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
well, Rob, I will make you big, and
Oh,
why don't you promote your next whatever
a
you're going to
giveaway?
promote your
Sure. So,
Slabby Slab show.
oh, my Slabby Slab show. I can do that too. Yeah. I was just, so Only Slabs this Saturday. We'll have Dope Comics on, back on our regular schedule. But we're also doing, the big thing is that we're doing over there is the push for 1,000 subscribers on my channel. We got a bunch of giveaways that we're going to be doing. Signed up. Got some people will be bringing some stuff on, but we got some stuff like some art prints, from, Pat Broderick. He gave us some of those. We have like, a combo pack where you're going to get a chance at an ASM 365 and a Spider-Man 29 #1. So you have both the first appearances together. We have like a Batman 100. We're going to be giving away a Spider-Gwen one. We'll give away a Schomburg, the Invaders, last comic cover that Schomburg did. In an 8.5, we got signed and remarked Venom.
So you're going small, is what you're saying.
Signed and remarked Venom. Signed and remarked X-Men.
There you go. That one's nice. You lost me for a
some
second on the Venom.
Fallen Angels.
Oh, that's a good cover. Shannon Mara, right?
Yep. Star Wars, The High Republic. Some kid named Gambit.
Right.
You know, just a few books that we're going to be giving away. So that's going to be awesome. And so, yeah, wait, if you don't mind, if you're not subscribed to me, never heard of me, it's just at Rob's Fat Stacks right here on YouTube.com/@Rob'sFatStacks. Go there, subscribe, enter the giveaway. And then, of course, we all going to tune in this weekend because we have Brian LCS, the CBCA Awards, the results come out, and we're going to see who has that best mustache.
Right. And also, oh, sorry, I just got a frog in my throat.
Got you all choked up. I know the thought of potentially winning one of those slabs simply by subscribing to my channel gets you choked up, Gary. I appreciate that very much. And of course, I borrowed heavily from you, the king of the Grow Together initiative, by making it, following your lead, by making this not about me, but making it about growing the community.
And as why can't I talk now? And as I was about to say, his description in the description is his link. It couldn't be easier to sub up to him. It could be easier for me to speak right now, but I started choking, so it is what it is. But his link is in the description below. Go sub Rob up. He's a good time. He's a fun guy.
That's all you need now. I love this. I love that YouTube finally went with the handles so I can have the same handle for IG and YouTube, and it's just right there. It's all you got to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
So, besides Only Slabs, I thought the show last week with Remy was fun. The Lonely Slabs was
Lonely Slabs. My lawyers are now in communication with him. He's been
the cease and desist order is hit.
Yeah, no, actually, I gave him the name, and then our graphic artist collaborated and created the artwork for him to be able to do the parody. So
it was fun though.
Yeah, no. The rumor has it that there might be another one Christmas Eve because I'm not doing a show on Christmas Eve for Only Slabs. So Remy might be doing another Lonely Slabs in December. We'll see.
Lonely Slabs reissued.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Well, anyways, here's the man back again. Did you find it?
No.
It wasn't where you thought you left it.
No, I have no idea where this book is, and now it's got me worried because I'm like, so I'm going to describe it for you. I was at an auction online, and I found a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trade paperback, and it was like one of the first editions or whatever. And so I picked it up and bought it. Drove down, picked it up with some other things I picked up on this auction. Anyways, I looked inside, and it looks exactly like a Kevin Eastman signature. So it freaking floored me. I love that thing, even though I have no freaking earthly idea where it is right now. So, like, yeah, that's it. Though that's my that was gonna be my 10th one.
Your kids are selling it on eBay right now.
I say, where's the dog?
That's actually a possibility. Yeah.
I went through a little turtle phase, like when they had first come out, because it was more adult stories, and I thought they were really good when it was the adult stories. And I had a friend who had never read them. Oh, you want to borrow them? You'll really like them. Of course, he got sick and threw up on them. And those
man!
Oh, so I'm like, you couldn't throw up anywhere else in your house. It had to be on my books you borrowed from me. So he never got to borrow anything ever again, obviously.
Right. God, what? Like,
incidentally, on his eBay store, you can pick up near mint copies.
That's great.
That were thrown up on.
All right. So number 11 with a personal story.
So before you switch, is asking you, was it first prints?
No, these weren't first prints.
Oh,
they were just good readers. They were just, they were just good copies.
So the 1 through 4 magazine style?
Yes.
Oh my god. Jeez. Oh.
Certainly wasn't asking for those back after no.
Right.
Let's go to something happier.
Test your cleaner. Here, can you clean these?
Right.
So me and my wife, when we were starting to, we got engaged and stuff like that, and the wedding date was coming up, and she asked me one day, what do you want as a wedding gift? And I said, jokingly, well, the first issue Iron Man. And so, like, I didn't even go for Tales of Suspense 39. I didn't even throw that out there. I just said the first issue of Iron Man. And so, we got to our rehearsal dinner and stuff like that while we were swapping gifts and whatnot like that. I bought her this nice chandelier that she wanted. And then she came out with this little bitty box. And it had a comic inside of it. And I opened it up. And it was Tales of Suspense number 40.
Ooh.
And I said, holy crap. And she said, what? Did I get the wrong book? I said, no, you didn't get the wrong book. I said, do you know what you just got? She said, I thought that's what you asked for. I said, first of all, I was joking.
No, you got the wrong book.
And you got the wrong
Go
book.
back and try again, you stupid.
You were supposed to get 2 of them.
So I as a wedding gift, my lovely wife got me the second appearance of Iron Man. So I
missed this part though. When did at weddings did you give a gift to the person who's marrying you? Is that a Southern thing or something?
I guess, yeah.
Wedding gifts are something people give to the married couple to help them get their lives started. I've never given. I thought me was her gift. But, apparently, I'm not enough.
At the wedding, like, you just hit the jackpot, right?
Yeah.
Look at me, baby. Come on.
I've never related to Peter Parker. Come on.
I even grew my hair out for her for the wedding. Jesus Christ. That was like the first time I had a full head of hair in the last 40 years.
That's great. So yeah, that's my sentimental story. So
that is a good sentimental story.
That is a fantastic book.
Yeah.
Have you since told her that she didn't get you what you asked for?
I told her right then and there when I opened it up. I said, "This isn't
good." That's why she got you the first issue of Iron Man later on, huh?
So when you opened it up, did you go, crap, I got to go buy her something else so she has more?
Oh, no. She loves that chandelier. We did 10 years going, and that chandelier's still in our dining room. So I'd say we're good.
When she gave you that Iron Man 1, though, did she finally say, did I finally get it right?
So the funny story about that is I was doing a sentimental VR. And somebody wanted to know something, and so I was showing this off, and I said the same story. So some people have probably already heard it, anyways. But yeah, that's what influenced her to go out and get me the Iron Man 1 this year. It's because of that story.
I gotta get it right.
Yeah, but those are 2 great gifts from your wife.
Absolutely.
All joking aside, those are magnificent.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She'd probably argue that the kids were higher up there on the list, but
No.
those are for them.
No.
I'm just kidding, people.
Yeah.
Before people start climbing through the internet and labeling me a chauvinistic
And
pig.
then-
Pitchforks and torches.
That's right. Did you hear what Rob said? Oh my God,
Get him!
he doesn't love his kids.
Let's go rage on
Yeah,
sub.
have you met my kids?
All right, so
Take my
now-
wife, please. You get no respect, I tell you. No respect at all.
Now we come to your spec pick.
This was honestly the hardest thing for me to do because I had like 3 or 4 books in mind that I was like, ooh, these would be good ones. So I wound up landing on this though. I was like, I might bring a couple more, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that to him. I landed on this. I landed on Secret War #2.
First Quake.
Yes. Daisy Johnson, aka Quake. She's already been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Lots
Love
of
that show.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent show, honestly, for what it was.
It got
And
better every
Once they
season.
got out of season 1.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Even though I like Deathlock,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. But yeah, Simi Liu, who plays Shang-Chi, has put out tweets going towards Chloe Bennett, who portrayed the character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Secret Invasion's coming right along. She was part of the one of the Secret Warriors groups with Nick Fury. So I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff, and then it all the stuff for her just kind of died all of a sudden. It reminded me a lot of Harry Styles as Star Fox. Like there was a rumor that went out that he was going to be Star Fox, and then all of a sudden it just died. And so I was like, I wonder. I just wonder. So I don't think this is a bad book to pick up. Gabriel Deodato artwork. He's like by far my favorite artist right now. Absolutely freaking love his work. So yeah, that's my pick.
And I would love to see Chloe Bennett back in the MCU in a bigger role.
Right. And I mean, it doesn't even have to tie in.
So did you ever watch her? Because she used to be a singer. Did you ever watch her music?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she was like like J rock or J pop band. Yeah.
Okay.
So check her out on YouTube. She has some old music videos on there.
I have to do that. Yeah.
Because she was a singer before she became an actress.
Okay. Cool.
True story.
True story, bro.
Yeah. But no, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was one of those series, and I thought every season was better than the last. Like even the shortened last season, every one I liked more and more and more. And then I was like, oh no, they're getting rid of Dalton. And when they got rid of Dalton, I'm like, oh, this is better without him.
It just got like a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. comic books. Even it got a little LMD heavy, but
right.
So my deal, I felt like I got the fatigue almost like I did from the Netflix series, where it's like you had to have so many episodes, and I'm like, I don't have to have 24 if you're not going to do whatever with them. Like,
right.
If you just need 6, give me
filler.
6. If you just need 13, give me 13. I don't care, but give me something good. So
Yeah, it did have that issue that it was on network TV. Therefore, you had to have a certain number of episodes, right? So sometimes you might be stretching the stories a bit, but
Well, and that's the tough thing, right? That was the last regular TV series I watched on network television that ran that length of like 22 to 24 episodes because
really,
I'm just not conditioned for it anymore. Now I want everything in 8 to 13 episode arcs.
yeah, because Flash did the same thing to me. It was hard for me to keep up with Flash just because of how many episodes they wanted to do with that. Legends of Tomorrow was
how
hard.
many times can you watch Barry Allen not be the fastest man alive, but not be fast enough until he tries just a little bit harder and gets a little bit faster?
A little more, damn it!
And then does his Batman and Green Arrow impression by doing the "No, I don't need any help. I want to do it alone." No.
That's why I got a whole team around me.
I relate to that.
I'm the fastest man alive, but damn it, I'm just not fast enough. Somebody's faster. Wait a second. How does that work?
I'm with you, K-pop.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I did enjoy the Thinker. I did enjoy that season. I thought that was really good. I liked that it was not a speedster. Like,
Yeah, but he still wasn't fast enough
no, he never will be.
until he was faster.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, life is so busy now. It's hard to keep up with a weekly 22 episode. Like if it's 8 episodes or 13, I can get through it. But man, 22 to 24 is just asking a lot in this day and time for me.
We've lost that mindset of Thursday nights this night or Friday nights this night. You know what I mean?
There's no
Like,
must see TV anymore.
right.
I miss Friends and Scrubs. Scrubs is my
Friends.
all-time favorite comedy ever.
Scrubs, I did like Scrubs. Friends,
Soap.
I didn't like.
Like I don't know. You ever see that? I don't know if you might be too young. You ever see the old show Soap?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, three seasons of hilarity. And that's where Billy Crystal started.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and he actually played the first gay character on TV on that show.
Oh wow.
That show was so funny. It was just the antics, and then there was something behind the scenes that happened, and it didn't come back for a 4th season, and it had a little funny wrap up at the end of every episode, and
yeah.
Oh gosh.
So did they Alf y'all?
Yeah, just Alf's another favorite. So that's one I have. We have all the seasons here in the house because my kid loves it too, right? And we even have he's got the Alf puppet. He's got I got to get him the Alf NECA figure came out this year, so I got to get him that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got a little, but Alf is great.
They some of my ex-coworkers made fun of me because I had hiccups and they said I sounded exactly like Alf.
Got to get the cat out. Lucky.
That's funny.
Oh goodness. All right, so gents, well, Rob, we'll start with you. We'll go around the circle. So, Rob, what's coming up for you, sir? Even though you gave little sneak peek
we
already.
Really kind of talked about it, but that's okay. Only Slabs this Saturday with Dope Comics at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Following, wait, this week it's only Tuesday, huh? I guess before that you'll have to suffer through a CBCS unboxing on Thursday, and then the Only Slabs, and then on Monday mail call. And I'll be around the place, hanging out on Friday over there and here and whatnot, all the other fun stuff.
Oh, and Rob, you'll be pleased to know that the books that you had sent me with Bruce Jones' autograph on them that I sent in January just entered grading a couple days ago.
Well, that's phenomenal. I have emails that I sent to CBCS 2 months ago that still haven't even been auto responded to. So there you go. But fortunately, I happened to be walking around Fan Expo and CBCS was there. Those suckers.
Can't even bother to.
So yes, I did, and they gave me a person's name and phone number to call. So I called somebody up today and ambushed them, sort of. And
all you have to do is show them one video. You can go, do you see the money I spend on this crap? You owe me some answers.
When she went to look at my system, she's like, "Oh, which order is it?"
They went from calling him "What, sir?" to Mr. Morse.
Oh, you're that guy. So
how the executive suite's this way. We'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, so it became let me send you the label to get the books fixed. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and throw in a book that you want to get graded and we'll grade it for free while we're at it for you. I'm like, well, I only have one that's ready to go that's already pressed, but it's a signature verification. That's okay. Throw it in. We'll go ahead and verify the signature for you while we're at it. At no cost.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
You should have just stuck them. And can you make it a 9.9?
Well, that'd be something because the book I'm going to send in is actually this book right here.
Ooh,
yes.
Nice.
Signed by Mr. Neil Adams.
Yes.
This is a facsimile. It's a facsimile book, but
okay.
But that's all right. because
Yeah.
it's signed by Neil Adams. So
Yes, and there's no more of those going out.
well, there's no new
No new
copies
ones.
going out. Yeah,
Right. Just like Kelly Collins says, "Oh, you paid my salary last year." Yes, right this way, sir.
exactly.
Or no, actually, Rob has sent other people's kids to college by submitting the CBCS.
Yeah, I look, just because a year ago this time I had close to or 300 books out at grading companies, and
So somewhere, some poor CBS employee is at home going, "Look, Rob didn't submit this year, so sorry, you're the
yeah, I
second
haven't
child. You
submitted
can't
anything
go
to
to
them in like
college this
8
year."
months. Yeah, I haven't submitted anything to them in 8 months. I've just been waiting for these books to come back, and now all of a sudden I've gotten 12 submissions in 2 months returned to me now that they've moved their facilities, and all of a sudden now I'm down to I actually this is the lowest I've been probably since I started slabbing comics. I have less than 40 books outstanding at grading right now, which is like makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. But
Yes, no bonuses this year.
that's, by the way, for those of you playing along at home, that means I still have an entire short box of slabs outstanding.
Right.
Enough books to get you on Only Slab Saturday at 11:30 a.m.
And
That's
now,
great.
and coming up on my channel in just 2 nights' time, this guy will be on in the hot seat with the
This
usual
guy over here.
suspect.
Oops, that guy right there.
That guy right there. And
Wow.
we'll dive a little deeper. We won't just see books from him. We'll actually learn about him on Thursday.
Sucker.
What makes him tick?
I know.
Why his wife buys him such nice gifts. We'll deep dive into why he collects it all and all that stuff. Oh, all right, and for you, sir, what's coming up on your channel?
I'm probably gonna have a video dropping, like an unboxing, I think. Thursday, I'm working on this will be, I haven't said anything about this yet, but I'm working on doing my own like comparison of cameo versus first appearance. So I'm gonna start picking out like certain books and stuff like that and going through and showing like, here's the panels of this book, here's the panels of this book, and what I think constitutes as a first appearance.
Like X-Men 14 annual?
Yes, actually, yes. I think I'm gonna pair that up with some other X-Men.
That's a really bad example because that's not a.
Well, I think that's the point of the show. That's not a cameo. That's a full appearance.
Well, the copy I have here doesn't call it a cameo. It's his first published appearance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Which is an accurate description.
Yes. Yeah.
They found a way around it. You're saying.
Well, that's the argument there, right? There are still there are the legit issues of in certain ones of the old cameo versus first appearance debate, because I'm curious to watch what your take is, because I mean I've started to even see for the longest time everybody kept saying I'm going to stay away from the big one people bitch about, but more recently with Punchline, for example, everybody was saying for the longest time Hell Arisen issue 3 was first appearance. Well, recently I've started to see certain sites reference that as the second cameo appearance, and reference actually Batman 92 as the first appearance.
Okay.
And I hate when someone's in shadow and it counts as their cameo appearance. Look,
yeah, I mean, I have my definition of what I'll be curious to see what yours ends up being.
I was gonna say I'm gonna touch on the shadowy stinger of a comic book, like. So
it sounds like a lot of fun, but I want to thank.
Hold on, Gary. I got a question.
Rob.
Can I ask a question on that one?
Yes.
I want to follow up. Just because I was so interested in what he said, I missed when it's airing. When is that episode going to be?
I'm going to try and put it out next week. So maybe Monday.
So what you're saying is if people were to subscribe to you and hit the notification bell, they wouldn't have to worry about missing it because they would get told when it dropped.
Exactly.
That's a pretty great trick that you
had that notification bell on.
So people should just go down, click the link down below, Go
In
ahead
the
and
description.
subscribe. Hit the note. And if you're already subscribed, that's okay. You can still hit the notification bell. Maybe you don't have that turned on. It's very important because this is going to be a pivotal episode that you're going to want to watch. And the only way you're going to know it's there without having to go back and check all the time is to have the notification bell turned on.
I agree, Rob. Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
As
That's why I make
always,
the big money.
the links are in the description below. So his Instagram and his YouTube are right there. You can follow him on IG, sub him on YouTube. And as always, though, I want to thank my co-host, Rob. Always a pleasure, bud, to have you on.
Especially when I'm awake.
Right. And I want to thank my guest, 22. Thank you for being here tonight and agreeing to come on my little channel here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we had a great chat going tonight. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for turning out, having a lot of fun with us. We had a blast this episode. I know I did. We had some good laughs. We had some good stories. And 22, you were a great guest.
Appreciate you.
Anyone watching on the rewind, don't forget to sub up these two fine people on my show tonight. And like I said, links are in the description below. Rob's on his road to 1,000, and we got to get him over that hump. And 22, go check him out. Give him a watch. And until next time, guys, keep it casual. Attention all, use channel sponsor Rogue Trader at theroguetraderutah.com and my code Keep It Casual for 10% off your comic cleaning and pressing needs. Remember, when submitting your books to be graded, use a trusted professional.